My lord, I have no further questions because
Okay, thank
it
you.
seems like Brigadier Kininda is the one who is in charge of everything in this case.
Yes, he's the boss.
I don't seem to get positive answers from the witness.
Is it like Ramaphosa with the government ministers?
He's got the cabinet ministers. Maybe she's one of the ministers, I don't know. I mean in the rank of the SAPS. Thank you. I have no further questions.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Msholola?
So what an interesting, or should I say a difficult task that Advocate Nxumalo had in court today. But what is even more difficult is just to listen to how Ratha did not intervene, as this witness was clearly there in disrespect of the court and the court procedures. But it's also walking on a thin line, because remember, when you're in court, you can either agree, deny, or ignore. And she followed through with all of those. Most of the time, you heard Sergeant Makgolo saying, I cannot comment on that. Okay. I cannot comment on that. I don't know. You have to ask Gininda. Like, if we sat down and counted how many times she said Gininda, she might as well have just got to court, said her oath, right? Said her oath, and then just sat with the banners just to point Gininda. But there's a couple of things I want to point out. So would you say that Nxumalo failed to cross-examine the witness? Would you say that he failed to get anything out of Makgolo? Or was it also part of his lack of experience? Notice how Makgolo didn't do all this to Advocate Badaloy, to Advocate Ngomezulu. Notice how comfortable she was with the blatant disrespect consistently with Nxumalo. So Nxumalo's lack of experience cost him his cross-examination today. That's an observation I have. But let me know in the comment section what you think about that. So, a couple of things. I would say it's lack of experience on Nxumalo's part. That kind of left him speechless. And because of his lack of experience, he did not even ask the judge to intervene or to assist in getting the witness to be more cooperative in terms of answering the questions. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Is it fair to say Ratha should have jumped in? But we all know that if it was Mshololo and she was going hard on the witness, Ratha would have just definitely jumped in to aid the witness. If it was Abaloyi, would have stood up and objected, but no one said anything or assisted Advocate Nxumalo, so he was all on his own. So it was kind of difficult to watch because of his lack of experience. I think that cost him his cross-examination for client number 4. Your thoughts on that, Mzansi? Let me know in the comment section down below. Here are some things that he could have done differently. First of all, he could have established credibility of this witness by establishing her credibility or lack of credibility thereafter, because at the end of his cross-examination or collective cross-examination yesterday is that we figured out Gininda's the boss, okay? He's the top dog. And what kind of a work environment is she depicting? So it would have been interesting to tear down her credibility in the description of her work environment. There is no way you are part of a huge case and you're just sitting and waiting for instructions from the lead investigator. You don't know what's happening. The left hand and the right hand are not talking to each other. She said there were only 3 of them working on this. So Gininda had 2 surgeons that he was sending to do X, Y, and Z. And there's no time where she spoke with her colleague. It must be a highly, highly secret society. It must be so private that you cannot talk to your colleague or even get a briefing. So they don't do Monday morning team meetings. They don't do Monday morning debriefings. Because it's the SENZO MEYIWA case? Or is this standard operating procedure in the South African police services? Because if that is the case, and this is what teamwork looks like, using our tax dollars, then we have a serious problem as a nation. Another thing that he could have done was paraphrasing his questions or asking his questions differently. But you could tell in the tone of his voice that he was defeated. And because he was giving that out, therefore Makgolo was picking it up and she was like, well, after the day I had with Ngome Zulu yesterday, I'm going to walk all over this one. I'm going to walk all over baby advocate because he doesn't know how to control me, and I'm just going to do as I please under oath. Again, he could have rephrased his questions, and just so that she could at least give some kind of response that I don't know. No comment. I didn't work on that. That wasn't part of my job. You're being paid by taxpayers' money. And your response is, I don't know. I said it before in my previous video. She's an underperforming employee. How she got this role in such a lead case, I have no idea. She even said, my job, did you know about docket 375? She started off by saying no. She said she didn't know about it. And then when the question was put to her again differently, she said, well, she did know about 375 because I'm the one who brings the dockets to 375. So I just want to understand, while she's carrying those dockets, she's just carrying them. She's not reading them. She just has to submit them to Baloi. And then she walks out. She has done the bare minimum. She's just the bare minimum girl, okay? She's not there to try and prove anyone. She's not trying to keep South Africa safe. She's not trying to keep criminals behind bars. She's just trying to submit the docket and mind her business and keep it moving because she's focused on case 636, even though she still cannot answer any questions on that one. This was highly confusing, absolutely disgusting, if we're being honest, and an absolute waste of taxpayers' dollars. But, she did then, after Nxumalo, well, it was Mshololo, and Mshololo is not here for the games. Another thing that I would put to Nxumalo, Nxumalo is lacking experience. His lack of experience was on full display, absolute full display. One thing he could have done was expose Makgolo's bias or her motives. He also could have spoke with regards to evidence, okay? Something that she has said, and speak to that. Also, another thing, why didn't he request the judge's intervention? Why was that not an option for him? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you think below. What could Nxumalo have done differently? How could this have helped him gain experience? Or what could more experienced advocates advise Nxumalo so that, we're not going through this with every witness? That's going to make for another extremely long trial with no information gathered. So basically, Nxumalo literally said, listen, Judge Ratha, I'm throwing in the towel, okay? I'm tired of talking to Makgolo. She's wasting my time. I guess I just got to wait for Kininda to come back, and then I will ask these questions again. That's literally what he said. But the question becomes, when Kininda comes, is he going to be able to answer the questions? What kind of questions? Is he going to ask the same questions? I mean, this is now the boss, as Makgolo had said. What's going to happen? Yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the channel, look at that subscribe button. As I say the word subscribe, I'm going to say the word subscribe one more time. Do you see that it changes color? Especially if you're on a mobile device. I don't know if this happens if you're on a TV. I saw that happen yesterday when I was watching another video, and I'm like, wait a minute, every time she says subscribe, the button turns into color. Okay, I get excited by technology. I get excited. But wait, YouTube is now using AI to recognize the word subscribe and tie it in to an action on that subscribe button. And let me know if you saw the subscribe button change color. That's to those who are not subscribed. But that's it from us today. Thank you so much. If you've made it this far in the video, remember to drop an emoji so I know you're here. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you on our next upload.